Hey guys, hi, welcome back. So in the last video we have discussed about the quark model, right? And in this video we shall discuss some very small topics which are very brief. In this there will be not a grand explanation. It will be just point wise some notes that you have to note it down and just listen 1 to 2 points which are essential that I will explain. Alright, so first of all, we know deuterium. Alright, it is what? It is an isotope of hydrogen. All right, so it has what? One proton and one neutron. We know this is the mass number, this is the number of protons. So you have here one proton, right, and one neutron. Now we will see some properties of deuteron. So we will see some properties. So these properties you can note it down. These are very important properties because sometimes you will get questions directly. All right, and now the question pattern is changing, and it's again and again I'm repeating this thing that on the basis of the pattern of 2020 which we have last attended, all of us. So for according to that I have mentioned the properties. All right, so the first property that we will see is the binding energy. We will see the binding energy. So the binding energy of deuterium is 2.24 mega electron volt. All right, the second one is that deuterium has no excited state. Okay, it has no excited state. The third thing is about its spin and parity. All right, spin and parity of deuterium, it is one positive. Its spin is one and the parity is positive. Next you see magnetic moment and electric dipole moment. These are non-zero for deuterium. You remember what? Electric dipole moment and magnetic dipole moment of deuterium is non-zero. All right, the fifth is what? The fifth important thing is that to solve the deuterium problem we can explain deuterium using the finite square well potential. All right, so next you will write deuterium problem. It can be explained by what? Can be explained by square well potential. All right, finite square well potential. It is what? It is finite square well potential. All right, next one more property is what? Wave function combination of deuteriums. We can write psi as what? This is sixth, right? We can write the wave function combination of deuterium, which is denoted by psi, and you can write psi is equals to what? As psi s plus ad psi d. That means deuterium, it is in both the states. It is in the s states also, in the d states also. Okay, suppose if you take 3s1 and 3d1. For this if you see, all right, and from this only you can write the wave function. Okay, so from this if you see, it will spend 96% time in S state and 4% time in D states. All right, this is very important. You remember that the wave function of deuterium, it is in both the states S and D states. All right, and if you consider an example, you can see for this it will spend 96% time in the S state and 4% in the D state. Clear? So this is all about the deuterium. All right, now we will see a very brief topic. This is also very simple and small topic, that is the resonance particles. While solving the net questions we have come across this, and also I think that in your masters, okay, you have gone through these topics. So this is just a revision of all those topics, so that if the question comes related to these questions, these topics, then you don't have to skip it. All right. So when we are talking about the resonance particles, we know that these are the extremely short-lived particles, right? Resonant particles, these are extremely short-lived particles, and you can say their lifetime is what? It is less than 10 to the power minus 23 second. But first we will see what is resonance particles. We know the particles which are formed and decayed both by the strong interaction. Those particles are said to be resonance particles. So you will write it is the particle which is formed and decayed via strong interaction. That means it is the resonance particles are those particles which are formed as well as they are decayed via strong interaction. All right, you can take example to be what? Example, you can consider delta particle. Now already we have said that the lifetime of what? Lifetime of resonance particle. Lifetime of resonance particle, it is less than what? 10 to the power minus 23 second. These are extremely short-lived particles. Remember that. Okay. And this lifetime, you can directly write from what? Delta E, delta T. All right. It is approximately H plus. Now from this you can write delta T is equals to what? Delta E by H plus. From this you can calculate. All right. One more thing that you can note here is the mass of resonance particle. So the mass of resonance particle, you can directly see, we know the formula E is equals to mc square. So from here you can calculate the mass. M is equals to EA by C square. All right. So using this formula you can calculate. You might get the question also related to this. Sometimes you might be asked to find delta T. All right. So you can just use this formula and find. In case of mass also, any quantity which will be missing, which are asked to find, that you can do it from here. Here C is the speed of light. You know that. All right. Next, what we will see the mechanism of nuclear reactions. So this is also basically a theory based topic, and we will just see the basics. Okay, mechanism of nuclear reactions. So this is, I'm not explaining so much because these are very easy topics and you might get simple questions. Okay, just so that you don't have to skip the question in the examination, we are just having an idea about these topics. So there are two types of nuclear reaction, right? The first one is what? Direct reaction. All right. And the second one is what? Compound reaction. Clear? These are the two types of nuclear reaction. Now just we will write the difference, or we can say we are having a comparative study of nuclear and the compound and the direct nuclear reaction. So this side I'm writing the direct nuclear reaction. All right. The second will be what? The second is the compound nuclear reaction. So according to the name, so you can see na, direct nuclear reaction means what? It will be taking place directly. Compound means there will be more than one step, right? So in case of direct, you can write it is what? It is a one step reaction. All right. But compound nuclear reaction, it is a two step reaction. Two step reaction means what are the two steps? The first will be what? Formation of nucleon. The first step is formation of compound nucleus. The second is what? Decay of compound nucleus. These are the two steps of compound nuclear reaction. Now you see the second point. If you see, in case of compound nuclear reaction, if you see, all the nucleons will participate. All right. But in direct nuclear reaction, what happens? Some will participate and other will just what? They will just be audience. Okay, they will just watch, they are spectator. Okay, so in case of direct, what you will write? Only few nucleons are involved, rest are spectator. All right, but in case of compound, all nucleons are involved. All right, so this is also a very important point. The third point, if you see, that is what? Incident particle energy. Okay, so for the direct nuclear reaction, the incident particle energy, it is greater than 15 mega electron volt. All right, for direct incident particle energy is greater than 15 mega electron volt. But if you see for the compound nuclear reaction, for that the incident particle energy, it is up to, means it is still 15 mega electron volt, means it will not exceed 15 mega electron volt. All right, the fourth point, if you see, time of reaction. All right, the fourth is what? Time of reaction. Okay, this is the time of reaction. So if you see the time of reaction for direct nuclear reaction, for that it is 10 to the power minus 23 second. It is 10 to the power minus 23 second approximately. Okay, but in case of what? In case of compound, it is 10 to the power minus 16. All right, the fifth and very important point is that this compound, okay, this I'm not giving it as point, I'm directly writing this as important note you can write. Okay, this is for what? This is for compound nuclear reaction. Okay, compound nuclear reaction, they are independent of formation. Okay, it's decay. Compound nuclear reactions decay, it is independent of its formation. Compound nuclear reaction has its decay which is independent, which is what? Which is independent of its formation. All right, means decay of compound reaction, it will not depend on its formation. All right, that means it may decay by different modes and with different probability. That is, it can decay via different modes with different probability. All right, so this is about the decay of compound reaction. So if you see in exam, we have already done in question section, we were having two reactions. Okay, this is helium 4 2 plus 23 60 nickel 64. This is a compound nucleus. Okay, this is 30. The second was 1 1 plus copper 63 23, and the compound nucleus was Zn star 64 30. Okay, so for this you were having four different options. So if I will go according to the option, the first option was decay mode of 2 is totally different than 1, and I'm not writing the other options. The second option, which is the correct one, that I'm writing here. Okay, decay of 1 and 2 will be same. So we have just seen the decay of compound reaction. What we have seen, that the decay of compound reaction, it will not depend on what? It will not depend upon its formation, right? Means this compound reaction which is formed, its formation is what? Its formation has no role in its what? Decay, right? Yes or no? So both the decay 1 and 2 will be what? Same, because it is not depending on the formation. Clear? Now we will see classification of direct reaction. Classification of direct reaction. So there are two types of direct reaction. The first one is what? Picking reaction. The second is what? Striping reaction. Okay, in picking reaction what happens? We will just see here one by one. Let's see. First let's see about the picking reaction. This is very simple. Okay, picking reaction and striping reaction, these are opposite to each other. All right, in picking reaction what happens? In this reaction, incident particle will pick a nucleon from the target. What will happen? Incident particle picks okay, not a, it picks nucleon from the target. Okay, it can pick either one nucleon or more. All right, suppose if you consider this is what? This is incident particle. If I consider it to be incident particle, and if this is what? This is target particle. If in the incident particle there are 4 nucleons, and if in the target there are 6 nucleons, then what will happen finally? Finally, in case of what? It will pick right from the target. That means if I think, if it is taking how many? I'm taking it to be, it is taking 1 nucleon. Okay, so here how many will be there? 5, right? So in picking reaction, it will pick one nucleon or more from the target. All right, and if I write one example of picking, so if I consider this to be a proton, right? This is alpha, this is what? B. Okay, so this is the target particle. Okay, if I write it in a complete form, then you can write proton plus a prime. This is what? A, this is Z. So here you can write it as plus B. Here you will have A minus 3 and this will be Z minus 1. That is, one proton is already here. Okay, it will pick one from the target. So total number of proton will be how much? 2. Here A, it is the mass number. 2 proton and 2 neutron. Clear? Because this is how it will be released, na? Because 2 protons and 2 neutrons will be there. 1 proton which is taking. So this is what happens. Okay, is it clear? So this is what it happens. Means proton will give a what? Alpha particle. Okay, this is what? This is the incident, this is the target. So this will become, the incident will become what? Alpha particle, and this is the target B. Clear? The second direct reaction was what? It was striping reaction. This time the reverse will happen. Okay, in this reaction, this time the target pulls nucleon from the incident particle. Okay, same, it can either pull what? It can either pull 1 nucleon or more. All right, if I consider this time, this is incident, this is target. If it is having how much? 5. Okay, and it has how much? 7. So this time one will be pulled by the target from the incident, right? So you will have here to be 4 and here you will have how much? 8, right? So this will happen. And if you write one example in short, you can write deuteron, proton, this is beta. Okay, this is deuteron, this is proton. This is the example of what? This is the example of striping reaction. Is it clear? So this is very simple, I think so. Nothing is complicated. So whenever you will get questions related to this, the concept is clear and you can just attempt it. So that's all in this video. So for the timing, I am just ending the nuclear physics part because I think that I have covered all the important topics which are essential for NET exam, GATE examination, and other competitive examinations. And after this, if I feel or if I think or if I come across any topics which is important, I will upload lectures in the future. But for the timing, whatever topics which I planned, I have done it. So that's all. Thank you.